Hi guys, this week we're going to do volume and surface area of triangular prisms. Last time we were on Zoom, we did rectangular prisms, the volume and the surface area. We're going to use their packets that you should have either picked up from the school or printed off at home. These are the new packets for the next 3 weeks of this online learning. We're going to use, I've already went over this in Zoom, but we're going to use a lot of the packets to do the online learning. So don't just dive in if you don't know how to do it yet, unless it says review next to it. We've already covered that. But if anything says new next to it, which if you're on the Zoom meeting, you already heard all of this. But if you look like these say new, don't start those yet, because that's something we're going to do once we meet. That'll be next week, and the week after we're going to do all these, day 10, 11, and 12. But if it says review, we've already done that, so that is something you can go ahead and start on your own. The other ones, though, it's new material. Just thought it's easier to give it to you instead of give it to you later on, now that I could actually plan for it. Starting thing, the formula. So whenever you're finding the volume, you're finding the space inside this triangular prism. Realistically, this is a rectangular prism that is cut diagonally in half. Any of these, it's the same way. So you're going to use the exact same formula, but you're going to either multiply by a half or divide by 2. Whatever way is better off for you. It's helpful to know that a half is the same as 0.5. If you'd rather work with the decimals, I usually use decimals when I'm plugging into a calculator. For this, it's easy to use a calculator. So calculator, phone, whatever you have at home is helpful to you. I was going to send them home with you guys, but 7th grade needed them as well, as did 8th grade. So we didn't have enough calculators to send home with everyone, but we all have something, whether it's computer, any of that. We're not using the whole technology of it. So get something like that out. It'll make it way easier than actually going through it. The main thing with this is actually show what you're plugging in. So showing your work is not like showing the multiplication steps here. It's showing like what are you plugging in. So for all of them, we're going to start with number 1. You would start by writing the formula. Volume equals 1/2 times the base times the height times the length. Now we know that since you're multiplying, it does not matter what you choose for your base, your height, and your length. There is typical ones that we will typically use. So like your height is pretty standard on this. Your height is 3. Your base, some people say it's 4, some people say it's 6. It's whatever you put into there. So some people do the base times the height, and they don't really do the length. There's different ways to do it. It's easiest for this, since our base is rectangular, that we can just plug it into this formula. So when we plug it in, we're going to do the first one all together. 1/2 times, I would usually say B is 4, times your height is 3, times your length is 6. And all you're going to do is you're going to multiply all those together. Some people go step by step. So maybe they do 1/2 times 4. That would be 2. And then you rewrite it. Some people go straight across. Then they would do 2 times 3 is 6 times 6. And you would eventually get to 36 centimeters. And it is cubed because it is 3-dimensional. So there's different ways to look at these. You could go straight across if you plug it into your calculator. So I left it as a fraction, 1/2 times 4 times 3 times 6, and you will get the same answer of 36. You could do 0.5 for 1/2 times 4 times 3 times 6, and you will get the same answer. So it's up to you how you do it. I like to write it out so I can see my steps. Some of them, if they're crazy numbers, I just go straight across because I'm going to be using the calculator anyways. Right? Let's look at number 2. Number 2 is very similar. We're still finding the volume, so I'll always start by rewriting your original formula without any numbers. Base times height times length. Okay, when you plug it in, I wish you guys could see this, 1/2 stays. Your base is 4. Your height, though, is how high up it goes. That is 2. And your length is 9. Go ahead, pause the video, and actually solve for this one. Hopefully you have solved it. If you went straight across, that works too. I'm going to show you if we go part by part. 1/2 times 4, you should have gotten 2 times 2 times 9. 2 times 2 is 4 times 9. And 4 times 9 is 36 inches cubed. Okay. Forgot to circle your answers. Since you do have a lot of work on these, some of us, it helps to circle. If you just went across, 1/2 times 4 times 2 times 9. And you would also get 36. That's where they both equal the same thing. Alright, let's try one more together, and then I'll give you guys the other ones you can do on your own. Let's look at number 3. So I'm going to do number 3 without all these steps and show you the minimum that you guys would need to have to show that you are understanding volume. So you would start by writing your original formula. Go ahead and pause this video and plug in your values to make sure that we can plug in the right values in the right spots. So plug it in, then restart, and we'll see what you guys got. Alright, hopefully when you plugged it in, you got 1/2. Base 9, height 11, length 2. Doesn't matter what order you put it in. If you put it in a different order, it's still correct. I think mine are actually kind of wrong. But that's okay. It just depends how you look at the image. If you look at it like, I'm going to turn it, and the triangle's going to point it up like the other one, that's okay as well. Go ahead and actually solve it. So pause the video and solve it. Hopefully you have solved it and got an answer with a label that you circled. I'm going to show you as if we were not doing step by step. You can still do it this way. You would plug it in. 1/2 times 9 times 11 times 2. Okay, you would get 99. So the only last thing left to do is to do 99 meters cubed. These 3 lines show me that you understand volume and you can plug it into a calculator. That is completely fine as well. What I'm going to have you guys do is go ahead and do 4 and 5. We're going to check over these 2 when we meet on Zoom next week, so make sure you have them. We're going to use them when we kind of have our Zoom class. So number 4 and number 5, we're doing it the same way. Make sure at the top of all these pages I tried to put formulas when they were needed for you guys. This is stuff that you should start getting in your head. Like, this is the formula for a volume of triangular prism. This is what I need to use. Okay? I'm going to do it in a separate video, the surface area one. So once you finish watching this and you go through, I would say take some time, do number 4 and number 5, get it over with. And then we're going to do page 4 in a second. So see you guys then.